There's a lot going on in this video, guys. I'm going to show you a lot of different shooting techniques. I'm going to talk to you about some personal stuff. You're going to look at some decent gear. You're going to look at some good camp setups. And you know what? We're going to have a good time on this one. So stick around, please, because I put a lot into this. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Liam. This is my son, Rafe, and this is Red Fox Bushcraft. So in this camp, we're going to be doing some air rifle target shooting. I'm going to be teaching Rafe some different shooting positions, and you as well. Right, we're going to set up camp now and get the kettle on. I'm sure you know what I mean. You get to camp, you set it up, and it's a big weight off your shoulders. The world seems to just disappear, and all you need is nature, your friends and your family. Thanks for coming. So this is camp set up now. I'll walk you through it and show you what I've done and why I've done it. We're using the One Tigris Proteus tarp here because it's like a baker tent, an open fronted shelter. And we've got some comfy camping chairs here, and I have a Wanigan chuck box that's full of knickknacks and things like that. Just convenience really. On this old Moses basket stand at the bottom of it, we've upcycled that. I've put a Jervins bag as a screen in here to stop the wind coming in this direction, and I've got my kind of cowboy kettle irons hung up there as a kind of utility rack to hang my bags, you know, knickknacks and stuff. I'm going to be talking you through these air rifles very shortly. We're going to have to be careful. There's a lot of bluebells out now. It's spring, it's lovely in this wood at the moment, but this is one of those kind of tripod attachments you can get from Amazon. You know, I did get this in a deal. I don't know how much they are now, but you can just type in tripod and this will pop up on Amazon. These are great because you can just get 3 sticks and make a suspension there. So I've got my homemade gypsy swing pan for cooking some sausages with later on. And we have axes and tools and all the necessary things we need for a good camp. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to get Rafe prepping some wood with a buck saw, because we haven't got quite a lot of firewood in this woodland. We've got dry wood. I'm going to get him cutting that up, and I'm going to get the rifles out now. Yeah, I've also brought one of these air rifle targets that's magnetic. You hit a target, it goes down and sticks, and then you hit the centre target, that moves a bar, and then all the targets pop back up again. So it's quite a good fun exercise for Rafe to do this. So as you can see, the target is here. We'll go down, hit this magnetic strip, and then you shoot this middle one here, and then it will pop back up again, turning this bar here. So yeah, we're not shooting any wildlife or anything like that. We're just going to be doing some target practice, some good old 1980s fun, I think. Because when I was a kid, and probably when you was a kid, everybody had an air rifle and everybody did a bit of shooting. It was just a common thing we did. Everyone had a Black Widow catapult, if you remember those. And then later on it moved on to the Diablos, didn't it? But yeah, I'm going to start off with a little kind of gat gun type thing just to show you. It's a bit of fun, and it's not very powerful, but I'll show it you anyway. Yeah, so we're on private land here, and there's no public about or anything like that, and we've got a backdrop so that we can shoot against that for safety reasons. Obviously, if you're doing target practice, make sure you've got a backdrop there. You know, if you're shooting in your garden even, you know, have a backdrop and make sure there's no danger of, you know, someone getting injured. Just going to get Rafe to prep some wood when I'm talking you through these pistols and whatnot. Yeah, if you want to just prep some wood for me, buddy, and then we can get the kettle on. Yeah. Cheers, pal. Yeah, keep Rafe active. Yeah, okay, so this is a G10. This was quite popular in the early 1990s. I think it was the early 1990s. Yeah, in the 1990s, I think everybody had one of these, or they had the gat guns that used to push the barrel in like that, didn't you? And you used to get darts and targets for them. But to cock it, you've got a mechanism here that you push down, and then you pull back this lever like that, and then you push forward. And then you have a safety catch. I'll shoot in that direction. Put the safety catch off, actually. Like so. So it's important when you're handling one of these to keep your finger like this for safety reasons. If your finger's on the trigger, you know, there's a good chance you can pull it and it can go off accidentally. So have a bit of trigger discipline and have your finger run alongside it like that. And, you know, it's got an iron sight on it. It's not very accurate, but it's just good for tin can shooting and things like that. It's a 177 caliber this, so I'm not sure if I've got any 177 pellets for this. I might have in my cabin. I might send Rafe up for those. Yeah, so we'll have a go at this later on. Okay, the next thing what we're going to be using is another kind of child's air rifle. And this is a BB gun based on a Winchester rifle. It was made by a company called Daisy. About 1940s, I think, these first came out. The Red Rider, this is called anyway. And it was based on comics, kind of a cowboy adventure comic. And the Red Rider, who was a bit of a kind of hero, you know what I mean? But everybody wanted one of these back in the day, especially in America. And there's a film called A Christmas Story with one of these in. And I think Kevin Arnold from Home Alone uses one of these as well, or something very similar. So this is a cocking mechanism that you just use like a Winchester like that. I'll point it over there. And yeah, and you've got to shake it so the BBs fall into it like that. But it actually can hold 200 shots, this. So again, we'll get Rafe shooting this with later on. But what I really want to show you is a decent air rifle now. This is mine. Yeah, so I bought some leather from a car boot sale and I made this gun bag for it. And if you're carrying air rifles around, you know, you've got to have them in. So this is a 2.2, I think, if you remember rightly. Is it 2.2? Yeah, it's 2.2 this. Right, so this takes gases. Right, so you have these gases, so one will go in that way and one will go in that way. You tighten this back up, it has a little pin that punches the end of this cartridge here, same on the other side, and then gases go inside, which causes the rifle to be able to shoot. So this is a brass bolt action rifle. You just lift it up like so, you pull it back, you put the pellet in here, you push it forward and you lock it back down. Now the sights on this are really good because they actually fibre optic, so the light goes through 2 green dots at the back and this red line at the front lights up, and it's quite easy to see in the daytime. I prefer iron sights over scopes because if you are actually trying to hit a moving target, you can follow it with the end of a rifle and then just drop your eye down in the iron sight like so, and you can just squeeze the trigger. Okay, so you never pull a trigger on a rifle. You never pull a trigger because that would just make it jerk and it would just go off target. You squeeze, and these breathing techniques I'm going to talk you through later on, and there's certain firing positions or shooting positions that will make it more comfortable for long distances and stuff like that. This is missing a bolt out of the bottom here, a kind of bolt here that I've lost, so it's a little bit wobbly, so I'm a bit, you know, I have to be a bit careful with that. This also has a safety catch on it, and I can attach a bipod here that I have got somewhere that flicks down like so for stability. It has a nice leather rifle sling on it. So this is based, I think, on a rifle called the Rabbit Stopper. SMK, I think the makers of this. It's powerful enough to shoot squirrels with. I mean, I used to shoot squirrels, grey squirrels, because they're not native to this country and I wanted the reds to come back. We're fighting a losing battle with that now. I tend to leave the wildlife alone now. But in my younger days, I used to shoot grey squirrels, hoping that the reds would come back and, you know, regenerate there. But I did used to eat the grey squirrels, so I didn't just shoot them for sport. I used to eat them because I don't believe in sport shooting. You know, each to their own, but that's just my personal preference. Okay, we've got a rubber protector here on the stock so that it can sit snug against the shoulder, and this is the cheek guard, so you can drop your cheek against this part here and rest it firmly and look down the sides. Okay guys, I think it's time to put some gas in this and get Rafe doing some target shooting. Okay, so your discarded canisters come out of here like that, out of this end bit. Don't throw these away guys, these are aluminium. So I think they're aluminium anyway, they could be steel, who knows. But what you can actually do, you can cut the top off here and then you can cut the bottom off another one and you can make little waterproof matchboxes out of these. I'll have a go at that in another video. I don't believe in wasting things. I think we can recycle these into match containers or survival kits. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drop one of these canisters down like that and the other one the opposite way. And then I'm going to screw this cylinder on the end, which will force the gases to be, the gas bottles to be pierced and open. And you screw it in quite tight. So the first shot I'm going to fire off is just to pierce. The second one now, it should be primed and ready to go. And now it's quite powerful, like I say, and this will take down rabbits, it will take out squirrels if you're looking for a decent air rifle. Right, I'm going to get Rafe with this. Rafe, do you want to get these pellets? I'm going to put the safety catch on. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'll pass you this. Come around, get it. Get your pellets, mate. Pellets are there. What are you going to be shooting in, prone position or standing to start?
Probably prone.
Prone. Okay, you get yourself set up. I'll move the camera around, guys. Okay, as you can see, Rafe's using his Bergen here as a bit of a rest. It does make a big difference having something to lean on like this in the prone position. Right, Rafe, do you want to load up? So you notice Rafe had his finger running down the side of a rifle for safety. He has got good trigger, you know, discipline there. So he pushes a pellet in the end of it, and then he would push the bolt forward once the pellet's in position. Right guys, so when you're looking down the rifle at the target, when you're breathing, okay, you want to breathe slow and steady. So on the exhale, when you're breathing out, the end of the barrel will drop slightly. Rafe, do you want to exaggerate that and just demonstrate breathing in and out so you can see the rifle going up and down? Yeah, breathe in. So as he breathes in, see the rifle going up there. Yeah, and as he breathes out, it comes down. So what you want to do, just before you squeeze the trigger, you want to breathe out very slowly and let the sights line up with the target, and then you want to squeeze the trigger. That's when your body's most relaxed and you won't shake as much. Okay, fire when ready, Rafe. Safety catch off, good. Good shot. Reload. Okay, so his first shot, he actually got it on target. Rafe, fire when ready. Excellent shot. Reload. So the prone position's, you know, one of the best positions to be in. You're most relaxed and you're less likely to shake with a rifle. But I'm going to show you some different positions now you can shoot from. One of them's going to be shooting from a hillside. Right guys, so if you're on an elevated hill like this, it's very difficult to shoot lying down, obviously, because you're not going to be able to do it. So a sitting position like this, cross-legged, with your elbows resting on your knees, you've got stability with a rifle, haven't you? Yeah, and this is a very good way to shoot when you're on a hillside. Okay, Rafe, there's a target down there you can see. It's got a backdrop behind it. Fire when ready. Excellent. Okay, Rafe, do you want to come down the hill now? Put the safety catch on, please. Okay, guys, because Rafe's in a kneeling position here, he's using this leg here as a rest for this elbow. Coming up, supporting this arm, reducing his shake. Yeah. He's got the butt of a rifle, a bit low on his shoulder there. Get it a bit higher, Rafe, because if that was a real, you know, decent rifle, you'd damage your shoulder there. It's important to think about that if you're using high caliber rifles. He's using trigger discipline. And yeah, he's quite stable, this kneeling position. Okay, Rafe, shoot when ready, mate. Did you get it? Missed. Right. Okay, so that was a miss by Rafe there, but that's okay. This is what practice is for, and this is why it's good to practice these things. Okay, Rafe, what we're going to do now is a standing position, mate. So as you can see, Rafe's leaning slightly forward. This is a technique used again for high caliber rifles so that you've got a bit of, you know, stability there and you don't blow backwards. Because if you was firing something like a shotgun, you know, like a 12-bore shotgun like I used to fire when I was a kid with my dad because he had a shotgun license, they used to send me backwards on my ass, and that happened a few times. So yeah, lean forward when shooting in the standing position like this. Now this is one of the most difficult positions to shoot in. Yeah, we just took a little bit of a break. It started to rain, so we just took everything out of the rain for a minute. We're going back out now. Yeah, right, so the standing position, it's not very stable at all, you know. I mean, obviously it's probably the most common position you're going to be shooting in, but it's not very stable, so it's good to practice that. But what we're going to do now, we're going to use a tree to stable Rafe's rifle. Yeah, so now he's using this tree, the rifle won't shake around as much, will it? Fire when ready, Rafe. Yeah, so Rafe's got his eye in now, he's doing quite well. Right, I'm going to do another exercise you might like. Okay, Rafe, standing position, shoot. Kneeling position. Prone position. Kneeling position. Standing position. Sitting position. Excellent. Yeah, so these are all good exercises to practice. It's just good fun, really. You know, set up a tin can alley in your garden and practice these positions. Right, we're going to do something a bit weird now. Well, not weird, it's just something we used to do when we were younger. We're going to do the combat roll. I'm going to use this G10. It's not loaded and it's not cocked. So this is just for a bit of fun. So we're going to do something called the combat roll. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and roll on this arm and then shoot the pistol, if you know what I mean. Yes, I'm a little bit rusty, I know, yeah, but you get the gist of it. I'm gonna teach Rafe how to do this. You know, it's just, like I say, it's just all good fun, isn't it? You know, it's just good games to play. Good enough. Bit of practice, that's pretty good, Nat. Yeah, good lad. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, so that's kind of like a forward roll, isn't it? But the idea is you want to go to the side if you can. You know, in effect, you're kind of dodging out of the way of something. Okay, so it's not loaded again, you know what I mean? Safety reasons. Rafe has got the camera there, there's nothing in it. You know what I mean? It's nice and safe. So the idea is to go sideways here, really, and I'm a bit out of practice. I'll have a go at it and see how I get on. Yeah, so there could be something like, you know, natural cover like a tree here, or maybe, I don't know, a car or something, and you want to come out of it or get behind it. I'll try anyway. Oh, good. Good. Right, I think we'll get the kettle on now. Maybe do a bit more stuff like this later on if you keep watching. Yeah, so all the shooting stuff's not really something to do anymore. You know, I used to do a lot of shooting when I was younger, but it's just something father and son, you know, it's just something good fathers can do with sons, or, you know, with daughters even, or whatever, or whoever. Don't matter who you are. It's all about having fun, isn't it? And just good old-fashioned fun. You know, we're missing a bit of this these days. There's too much video games, I think. You know, get back to basics. Yeah, just time in nature, just relaxing, listening to the birds, cooking on the fire there. I've cheated with this fire. I've used a crackle log to get it going. Everything's a bit damp today, but I do practice, you know, starting fire with just one match or sparks or, you know, flint and steel. It's good to practice that. But on a regular basis, I just want to get the fire going and get the kettle on. Yeah, I think these tripod attachments here, you know, they do save a lot of time. So this is a Russian airborne canteen, if you've not seen it before. It's a really good piece of kit. You know what I mean? They're not cheap, but they're really good, I think. One of the best canteen sets money can buy. Vintage canteen set, should I say. There is titanium versions of this on the market. I think Pathfinder do a good version that's similar to this. You know? There's some great YouTube channels out there showing canteens and cooking equipment. But I tend to just stick with this because it works. You know, and it's just a pleasure to use, I think. Okay, swap this out. What's great about this setup is I've got this adjustable part here. It's just a pin that goes through the chain and I can lower the pots down with it. Just like that. That shouldn't take too long at all to boil. Okay, while we're waiting for the kettle to boil, I'll show you how to move stealthily with making minimal sound, unlike that horse over there that just frightened me running around. We have horses on here. Okay, so when you're moving, the stock of a rifle, you rest on your arm like so, trigger discipline, and what I want to do is when I step forward, I want to roll my heel like so. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my heel down, I'm going to roll the foot on the edge of my foot like that, and then place it down slowly. Okay? And I'm going to repeat the process like that. Okay? That way I'm not breaking any sticks and drawing attention to myself or scaring away any possible game. Okay, so we're moving along like so. rolling my feet, looking around. If I see a target, I move slowly, raise the rifle into my shoulder like so, lean slightly forward, breathing. Breathe in, barrel will go up. Breathe out, the barrel will go down. On the exhale of my breath, I'll squeeze the trigger at the target. So I've got Rafe here just practicing moving with his feet. He's rolling his feet there. You need to look around, Rafe. You know what I mean? Look where you're putting your feet, obviously, so you're not breaking any sticks. Look around. Practice getting into some different positions as well, Rafe. But what he did do, he moved quite quickly, didn't he? And, you know, most, you know, animals react to movement, especially prey animals, do you know what I mean? The animals with eyes at the side of their heads. They have eyes at the side of the head to detect movement. So if you're moving sharply and quickly, it's just going to draw attention to yourself. You want to be moving slowly, as slow as possible, and keeping calm. Yeah, it's all for fun, isn't it? Yeah, so animals detecting movement, you know, moving slowly, moving quietly. Right, so the reason I've got my hat like this is to hold my head torch on here. So I've pinned up one side of it. But another reason is what the Australian forces used to do, because they used to wear the wide brim hats there, and they still do to this day, the bush hats. Pin up one side, so when you're looking down the rifle like that, you haven't got this kind of brim getting in the way of your eyes. Do you know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people do that in movies. You might have spotted that. A lot of sharpshooters used to do that. Yeah, and I know a lot of you out there know a lot more than me. And this is just in case, you know, someone's watching who's just new to air rifle shooting or anything like that. It's a great sport to get into. It's good fun. I'm not encouraging hunting or anything, but, you know, sometimes hunting's good, isn't it? If you're controlling an area, like, you know, you're keeping down an invasive species, say, you know, like alligators in the Everglades maybe, or crocs, whatever they are. But, you know, it depends where you are, doesn't it? And sometimes man can do a good job in forests, you know, you clear away dead stuff and create new light. And it's the same with nature. You know, natural predators have disappeared. Now wolves used to be a big natural predator in Britain, keeping down certain things, and they've gone now, so man has to take up, you know, fill the gap in for that. You know, I don't believe in, you know, hunting for pleasure or just purely for fun, but for food or, you know, for certain reasons, I think it is a good thing to do, and it's a good skill to have as well. So Rafe's going to make me and him a cheese toastie each. Don't burn the handle, mate. Pull the handle back a little bit. Yeah, get it on the heat now. That's lovely. Give that about 2 minutes each side, pal. Okay. Yeah, so in the next few videos, up and coming videos, I'm going to be doing some kind of lightweight expedition stuff because we're going to Norway soon. Unfortunately, Rafe can't make the trip because he's got exams, and it's very important that he passes those exams. And the time slot we had, we couldn't change the dates really. Yeah, so unfortunately he can't make that. He's not too bothered because he does want to achieve in life, you know. He wants to become a fireman. He wants to join the fire service, and he needs certain, you know, passes on his tests and things to get that. You know, he needs grades in English and in maths. He's very good at reading and writing, but he's not fantastic at maths, but he's getting a lot better, and he is studying hard at that, and he has made a massive improvement, so I'm very proud of him for that. He's done much better than I did in school anyway. Right, I'm waffling on a little bit. So yeah, in these future videos, I want to be packing rucksacks, showing you what food to take, you know, and equipment. We're going to be taking pack rafts. We're going to be going to a giant lake. We're going to be fishing. We're going to be doing bushcraft and hopefully some survival. I've got a new knife to show you. So there's lots of good things going to be happening this year. And if you're new to the channel, can you just do me a favour and just press that subscribe button for me, because it helps my channel grow. I'm trying to grow it because I don't want to carry on doing the job I'm doing at the moment all my life. I'm getting a bit too old for it, to be honest, and I was hoping one day this might pay, if you know what I mean, and just help me out and change it, have a career change one day. But yeah, I'm doing okay at YouTube at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it, and I love all your messages coming in and all that. Right, I'm going to Take that toasties off quick, it's burning. You stood there and he's burnt the toasties. I gave you one job. I don't mind them burnt like that, it's not too bad. Right, I can scrape that off. Right, let's get these out. Right. Oh, it's a little bit burnt. Never mind, mate. Really nice that cheese toasting was. You having a brew, Rafe?
Yes, please.
Bring your cup, pal. You've gone for the high visibility cup, have you? At least you won't lose it. That's a bit hot, that. I have to let that cool down. Yeah, so for this evening we've got lots of fun in store, haven't we, Rafe? We're going to listen to some music later on, me and the lad. I've got some beers in here I'm going to drink. Not too many, 4. Quite good beers, Tiskis. I think they're Polish, aren't they? I'm going to check, I don't know. I'll have a look at that later maybe. Yeah, I've got 4 beers, we've got some nice sausages, we've got some bacon. We've ate all the cheese because we put all the cheese on one serving of toasty there, so we've got no more cheese for later on. But that's alright because we've got some delicious sausages from the butchers, we've got different varieties of them. We'll cook them in the gypsy swing pan later. Yeah, I'm going to light the lamps later and hopefully we'll hear the owls call again. I always enjoy listening to the owls. Are you out of pellets?
Yeah.
You out of barbarians? You've got a load of barbarians, buddy.
Yeah, I'll just fill it up.
Yeah, fill it up, pal. One of the great things about having one of those targets is it catches the BBs behind it, so you can reuse them, you know. If you put a bit of a cushion in behind it as well, you're not going to dint them, so they're not going to damage the inside of your rifle. You can also catch pellets if you miss, you know. But another good reason is you're not littering, are you? You're not putting lead in the earth that animals can pick up because it's got a backdrop for you to catch the pellets. Yeah, it's just a good thing to do, really. Right, what else can we do on this video? Keep it interesting for you. Right, one of you guys written actually, and you was asking about EDC kits, and you wanted me to suggest a decent pouch that you can put an EDC kit together. An EDC kit's an everyday carry kit, you know, everyday things you might need. I'll show you mine quickly, what I've made, and then I'll show you something that you can buy from a place called Military Mart. Now, it's an online army surplus shop. I think it posts all around the world, so even if you live in a different region, you could probably get the stuff delivered to your house. But yeah, I'll show you what's in my kit first. Right, so this is my EDC kit that I made. I haven't got round to making this pouch properly as a follow-on kind of instruction video there. I haven't had time yet. I do intend to do it, guys, honestly. Right, so what have I got on the outside? I've got this Sylvia compass here for basic direction. I have a mini mag light here. And inside the pouch itself, when I lift it up, I have a fishing kit in the top. I have a slimline Zippo lighter. I have a Swiss Army knife Champ multi-tool there, which is a survival kit in its own right, isn't it? And in this tin here, I have all sorts of stuff, fishing kit, firelighting stuff, lots of knickknacks, goodies, cordage, whistle, yeah, plasters, basic stuff in here. But what I want to talk to you about, because I've talked to you about this before, haven't I, in other videos, so I don't want to bore you too much by repeating the same stuff, if you know what I mean. So one of you wrote in and wanted to know what would be good to make an EDC kit out of. So this, I think, is Czech. I'm pretty sure it's Czech. It's an old-fashioned ammo pouch. Costs about £5 from Military Mart, and you can fit in there a Swiss Army knife or a multi-tool and a tin with a survival kit in. Belt loop on it, sturdy leather, it's vintage, probably going to become a collector's item in the future. So this would make a great EDC kit, wouldn't it? Incidentally, in here I keep my little candle lantern here that I got from Amazon. If you just type in brass candle lantern, one of these should pop up in a search. Lightweight, much cheaper than a UCO candle lantern, you know. But yeah, like, these work for these as well, you know. It just protects the glass. You can strap it to the outside of your rucksack, put it on your belt, you know, have it with you every day. Yeah, great little EDC kit pouch for you there. Okay, I've got another idea for you here, something that you can make. Now, to carry your axes and saws around, you can make kind of like a buck saw bag. I know Ray Mears sells them on his Woodlaw shop there, which is a brilliant shop, by the way. I've made a leather one that you've probably seen, but you wouldn't have seen this one. Now, this is a lightweight one that I made for travelling abroad because my leather one's a little bit too heavy. So this is made out of a kind of waterproof DPM, lightweight waterproof material here. I put press studs at the bottom of it so you can put in maybe sharpening stones or whatever you want. Maybe a spare, you know, set of matches even. So basically the saw will slide down in the main part here, the buck saw, and the axe will go through the loops that I've made on the front of it, like that. This part comes over and you can tie it. You can put a carry strap on it and put it on your back and carry it that way. But what else I've got in here, which is very handy, and this is an idea I've come up with, it's basically a knife sharpening strop, but you can also store your bow saw blades in it. And I've just realised it's not in here. It's at home. I forgot to bring it. I took it out because what I've done is I put my squirrel cooker in here because I thought I'd be using it. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I did think it was in there. Yeah, so basically it's a piece of leather, like a belt, that's got a little kind of pocket at the bottom of it, and I put a spare bow saw blade in it that makes it rigid. I can tie it to a tree, and I can strap my knives and axes on it, on the leather, like that, from a tree, like what you have in a barber shop for cutthroat razors. Yeah, sorry I couldn't show you that, but it's a good way of storing your bow saw blades. This is the Agawa bow saw. You've probably seen this mainly off YouTube. Most decent outdoorsmen use these. I think I first saw one of these, I think it was Luke from the Outdoor Boys actually. Don't see much of him anymore, do we? Who used one of these quite a lot. He's a proper outdoorsman, Luke, isn't he? So he doesn't scrimp on kit, and he's not short of a few bob either, is he? But yeah, I like Luke, I do miss his stuff, but he's got plenty of videos that I keep watching, and I believe his son's doing a bit more now, so that's good to see. Yeah, so this is from Woodlaw as well, and this is from Ray Mears' shop. I think it's Grants Ford Brooks, something like that. I can never pronounce it, I always forget the name of it, but you know what I mean. This is for camp axe. Very good axe, small, easy to carry, very efficient. You can use it for big tasks, you can use it for small tasks, and I think that's quite important in an axe, especially if that's all you can carry. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's great to have bigger axes, but you're not always going to be able to carry them, especially if you're travelling abroad on a big adventure or something. Yeah, so everything just fits inside nice and snug like that. This goes in the end like so. I think I have made a few of these for my friends as well in the past. Maybe if I have a shop one day I'll be selling these, hopefully one day. My biggest problem is time at the moment. I struggle for time, so to do YouTube and make stuff to sell is a bit of a problem at the moment. Who knows, in the future when I do get more time, if I do it more professionally YouTube, I'll be able to have a shop and I'll be able to make some great stuff for you. Affordable stuff, hopefully. I don't like, you know, the idea of gear being expensive. If you can get it cheap, I think that's a lot better, isn't it? Because we're not all made of money, are we? But yeah, there you go, guys. Put a nice little badge on it for a Norway trip we went on in 2024. We will be returning shortly on that trip. Oh, it's been raining for a good hour and a half now. I've been sat here, I'm getting a bit chilly, so I'm going to put on my blanket coat. I'll show you that in a minute, just in case you've not seen it before. I won't go too much into it, but I'll talk to you about that. Rafe's actually asleep. I'll turn the camera around. Yeah, we had a bit of a late night last night, me and Rafe. Yeah, so last night we had a late night because I was at a funeral yesterday. Rest in peace, Sam. Guy I've worked with for about 20 years passed away suddenly. shock to everybody. He was 71, lovely chap. He was Irish. He made me laugh every day. He annoyed me sometimes and I annoyed him more, but we worked together every single day and he was a very good friend of mine. So yeah, rest in peace, Sam, and my condolences to anyone watching who knows Sam and his family and stuff. Right, let me get this blanket coat on and get warm.
Yeah, so Rafe was keeping me company in my man cave. I had a few beers too many, to be honest. I went to the wake. A few lads from work I haven't seen for a long time. Some old people I haven't seen for a long time I used to hang around with. And I had a bit of a catch up with them at the wake, and we talked about Sam's life, and then later on I went back to my man cave and got very, very drunk. Yeah, so Rafe was kind enough to stay up with me because it was just me and him in the end. And yeah, anyway, I won't go on too much about that. Right, so blanket coat. Yes, this was made by a guy called Two Dogs from BC UK, Bushcraft UK, going back, you know, about 15 years ago maybe, something like that. He made it for a friend of mine who also passed away a long time ago, called Damien. I've inherited it off Damien. I've adapted it and modernised it a little bit to my own needs and specifications. I can make blanket coats. It is something I want to make in the future to sell if I get time, like I say, and I'll try and do them affordable for you. It won't be like this because this is Two Dogs design. My designs are slightly different to this one. I believe Two Dogs is retired from making blanket coats now because he can't get the blankets. But these are very warm and they're made out of military blankets. Do you know what I mean? You can pick up old blankets from car boot sales. You can make one of these quite easily. The easiest way to do it, guys, if you wanted to have a go at it yourself, is get an old hoodie, cut it out and use that for the pattern, and just put it over a piece of blanket, cut that out, stitch it all together, and you've got yourself a blanket coat there. If you're good at sewing, say, or maybe if you're not good at it, have a go at it. Right, let's get some sausages on and get some food in us. Yeah, so my wife went to the butcher's for me. I think we got pork, and the other two are pork and tomato, I think, looking at that. And I think I got pork and leek or Cumberland to come. But I can only fit 4 sausages in this pan at the moment. Right, I just want to show you something quickly in case you've got a Frost River pack, or even if you haven't. So I think it was B&M Bargains. I got this bowl. It's ideal just for cutting sausages on and things, you know, putting meat on. But this front pouch here, the back of this pouch here, it just slips in perfectly. So if you're looking for something to slip in there that's usable, these are great. B&M Bargains, mate. Just called you mate then. I think I was talking to Rafe in my head. Right, let's get these sausages cooked. Raise it up a little bit, I don't want it to burn them. Get Rafe finishing those sausages off. Right, if anyone's watching out there who's got any decent products, you know, you probably from a company, sponsor me. I've been doing YouTube for ages now, I've got no sponsors whatsoever. I can review your kit, I can use it, I can test it in the field. But it's got to be decent kit, guys. So, you know, if you've got something decent that I believe in, I will promote it. But it's got to be decent. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat something. You know, I only believe in quality kit, and I owe that to my viewers. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, Jervins, you especially, I need sponsoring off you. I need a new Jervins bag, so I like one of those. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot more with a Jervins bag. It's a product I believe in. I think it's a good piece of kit. I think it's expensive, but I also think it's a lifesaver. And you know, if you can afford it, it's always good to get decent stuff, isn't it? Right, enough about self-promotion there. I don't really believe in that either. Right, how are them sausages doing?
Good. Need a little bit longer.
It looks like he's burning them.
Yeah, sponsor my dad because he works office.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, I think I do a little bit of self-promotion, because if I don't, I'm not going to get my videos out, and I'm not going to get my name out there, and I'm not going to change my stars, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think sometimes we do have to self-promote a little bit, you know, do you know what I mean? So yeah, thanks for that, Ray.
you want a coffee?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's get the kettle on then, mate. Right, I think I'm going to relax now. We're going to chill out. We're over 40 minutes in this video, so I might put a song over this part. I'm going to speak to you at the end of the song. But yeah, I believe I have a gift of writing songs, the words for songs and rhyming and poetry. I've always been good at that. Ever since school I've been good at poetry, and I find it quite easy to rhyme. But I use AI for the music and I use AI for the voice. But the words are my words, do you know what I mean? They come from the heart. You know, I would love to be a songwriter one day, and hopefully if I got rich one day I can obviously pay a band to sing my songs, and that would be great, wouldn't it? Imagine having some CDs. But most of my songs are about woodland and about the way I feel about it, and I know the way you feel about it as well. And even though I use AI to help me do that, and I don't really like modern stuff too much, like AI and things, I am going to use it for good, and it's out there and it is going to change the world, and it has changed the world in some ways, and it's not really the way I wanted things to go, but if I can use it for good I will do. So I might write a song tonight when I'm sat around my campfire. I'm feeling quite deep today and a little bit emotional, so I think I could write a real good song for you. Hopefully I'll do that tonight. If not, I'll put an old song on and I'm going to have a few beers. Yeah, so relax with us this evening, put your feet up, go get yourself a cup of tea or whatever you like to drink, and just enjoy this song and enjoy this evening.
When my life feels so sad and so blue, there's only one thing that makes me feel born anew. It's nature, the woodland, that feeling alive. With every breath taken, it's here I survive. The whispers of leaves, the soft rustle of trees. In this sacred embrace, I find peace and ease. Our spirits will rise like the sun in the morn, from fields of gold and the deserts forlorn. We travel this land, follow what is new. Remember the old ways with your heart so true. Nature heals, she is healing my soul, giving me direction, my self-control. For under the sky we are all the same, covered in light and eternal flame. Now as I fill my existence with this grand gift, my deepest fears cease to exist. I live. Our spirits will rise like the sun in the morn, from fields of gold and the deserts forlorn. We travel this land, follow what is new. Remember the old ways with your heart so true. The woods are a home, for they do not lie. It's time to reflect, be happy, not cry. Life is a gift nature provides. Deep in the woods the power abides. Pack up your gear, head for the woods. Gather your memories, put on your hoods. Nature healing, it's just what she does, covering us with happiness, giving us love. So when life feels heavy and shadows appear, seek out the woodland, embrace it, my dear. Feel the warmth of the earth, the strength of a tree. In nature's embrace we are wild and free. Oh, 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 oh. Our spirits will rise like the sun in the morn, from fields of gold and the deserts forlorn. We
That's just it, isn't it? You know, nature can heal. It doesn't matter how low you are or how down you get. You spend time in nature, or even just your happy place. It might be a desert, it might be the mountains. Wherever it is, you find your happy place, don't you? And you kind of heal. Nature's a healing thing, and she's always there. Sometimes you feel like you might be alone, or you feel like the world's a bit of an evil place, but nature's not evil. It can be unforgiving if you're not careful. It can be very unforgiving, nature, if you don't respect it. But she's a healer, isn't she? Right, I told you I'd get a bit deep on this video. Yes, and I did write a song tonight. And that part of the video took me a long time to do, to be honest. It was difficult to do the filming for that and get in sync with the song, so I had to write the words for the song. I had to really think deep about that, and I had to do all the editing and stuff. So yeah, now I really am going to relax, and I'm going to have a beer. Where is my beer? There it is. So, I said it was, what is it, Polish, is it? I don't know. Doesn't say on it. It might do. Yeah, I think it's Polish. Hope I'm not wrong. Sorry, Tisky, if I'm wrong. Anyway, here's to you, my friends. And here's to you, Sam. May you rest forever in peace. Sam was a religious man, so he'd be in heaven right now. And yeah, just wishing you all the best. Okay, guys, we're gonna have a beer now. Yeah, we've lost the light now. We've lit all the lamps, got the fire a bit bigger, really warmed that fire. We've got some good embers in there now. It's kicking out quite a lot of heat. We're just waiting for the owls to call now. Rafe, how have you found today? Have you enjoyed it? Yeah. What was your favourite part?
Probably the combat rolls.
Combat rolls, you enjoy that? We might continue in the morning with that. I've got some more stuff I want to share with you and teach Rafe. So yeah, stick around. Waiting for the owls to call, but we've not heard them for a while. I heard them earlier on, but then they stopped. So we're just waiting for the owls to call. Well, what a lovely evening it is. It's not raining at least, is it? But this is what's great about this shelter, because it's open. When we're getting to bed later on, we can have a fire roaring and the heat's going to radiate in there a little bit, and we can lie down and look out at the woodland. There is deer in this wood, muttjack deer, foxes, lots of foxes, badgers, what else is in here? Squirrels.
Is there rats?
Rats. Yeah, speak up a bit so they can hear you.
Is there rats?
Yeah, rats are everywhere, aren't they? There's mice, there's rats, there's actually hazel mice here, because we have a bit of a hazel coppice that I've been coppicing for years. So there is actually some hazel mice. We've seen the nuts that have been nibbled, and I think it's only the hazel mouse that can actually nibble them like that. They've evolved to live alongside the tree. Yeah, there's lots of wildlife, lots of bats as well. Have you seen the bats? Some, yeah, and we've got buzzards as well. I love the buzzards. Yeah, so I feel quite rich, you know, not in money, but we are quite wealthy, aren't we, having all this wildlife, and we're lucky that we've got woodland to use, you know. Quite blessed with that, quite blessed with my upbringing, so I'm very grateful for that. Very grateful to my parents for giving me a good life. You know, we've got to be thankful, haven't we, for the little things we have. Sometimes all you need is somewhere warm and dry, a good meal, you know, a warm fire, and you know, what else do we need really, you know? Yeah, thanks for coming again. I know I keep saying it, but I mean that. A skull. Oh, the temperature's dropped now. Right, I've had to put my light on so you can see us. We're ready for bed, aren't we, mate?
Yeah.
I'm tired out. Right, we'll see you guys in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to play a little game now. I'm going to see, let's see if you can spot the fox. He is in this woodland. but you only see him briefly, so keep your eyes open.
Did you spot him? Did you see Reynard for fox? If you didn't see him, he was on the ridge line, so he broke, you know, he kind of broke the skyline there walking through very quickly, very quietly. I did start squeaking to try and get him to come back, but he didn't. He's not that daft. I think he spotted me. But yeah, I spotted him. Yeah, it's a good game that. If you haven't seen him, rewind the video and have a look at that. Right, we're going to have to get up now and get some breakfast, I think. Rafe's still asleep. Can you hear the woodpecker? There he is. Hey Rafe, you're being filmed. Are you tired? I'm gonna get some bacon on and some coffee. Yeah, good lad. Right, we're going to have a little bit more fun now with the air rifle. I'll show you something you can do for long distance shots if you've got a partner with you and you've got nothing to lean on. Do you want to just kneel down there please, Rafe? So I'm going to use his shoulder to steady the rifle. Yeah, he was moving around a little bit there, but yeah, you get the gist of that. Right, let's do something else. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to see if Ray can do some speed shooting with this Red Rider. Right, let's see how it gets on. I'll just get behind him. Okay, Ray. Get ready. Left. Right. Top. Left. Top. Good. Now what we're going to do is something quite difficult. Don't advise you to do this at home, but there's no one about here. We keep it as safe as possible. Right, we're going to get Rafe moving past the target and see if he can shoot whilst he's actually moving. I'll give you a demonstration what I want him to do. Right, so it's very difficult to do that when you're moving because obviously the rifle's up and down. Rafe, swap. It's not loaded. Over there. Give it a go. Yeah, we're being silly now, but you like these games, don't you?
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you all sorts of stuff. Why not? If you're enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to show some of these things on camera, actually. Right. Yeah. So hold up. Pretend someone's attacking you with some kind of weapon. So what you do, you hit the back of the wrist here on the forearm, yeah, and you slap this wrist, and you do it fast, and you follow it through a combination of at least 3 moves. You know what I mean? So you just can disarm somebody. If anyone does ever try and mug you or attack you with something, the best thing you can do is just run away as fast as you can and shout for help. Run to the nearest shop or whatever. Don't try and confront somebody, a would-be attacker. Try and get away from them. But as a last resort, there is stuff you can do, and we'll go through that now.
Right, give me your money.
Okay, mate. I've only got a little bit of money. Yeah, so you can use anything for self-defense, really. A coat, a shirt, something like that. Even if you don't want to attack the person, just want to get away, you can simply just throw it over his face and just disappear. But yeah, you can take it off now. Do you want to get you beating me up in a minute?
Sure. Here you want, give me your money.
How much you want?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit silly now, aren't we? Yeah, there's a good possibility that you're going to get killed if you try anything like that, because if you're not quick enough, you're going to get shot, aren't you? And if a mugger was trying to, you know, kill you or something, you're going to get shot. But yeah, I mean, last resort, you try anything, don't you? There's loads of stuff you can do. The best thing to do is run away, isn't it? Run away and go camping and keep away from rough areas, maybe. Right, let's get the kettle on. I'll show you one more thing, and it's a lesson for Rafe, and obviously he can do it back to me, but you see that? In 5 seconds he's going to die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I dust off all the leaves off his back. Yeah, you like that?
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all for fun, isn't it? Stay safe, you know, air pistols, don't be silly with them. They can still cause a lot of damage, you can blind people. Stay safe, you know, stick to the rules and things like that. We're going to go now, aren't we? Yeah, thanks very much for coming on this one. We'll see you soon, guys.
See you soon, guys.